Hello everyone, welcome back to the Mobix channel, and on this channel we talk about cryptocurrencies. We also like looking at real world use cases of digital currencies, and normally the way I think about that, I look at the real world use cases of digital currencies in terms of how you can apply them to the things you're doing in your day-to-day life, but that also can apply in the virtual sense. So how you can apply cryptocurrencies in the virtual sense, we're looking at decentralized autonomous organizations, we're looking at DeFi platforms, we're looking at NFTs, lending and borrowing NFTs, delegating NFTs for people to play to earn on your behalf, to play poker, to play all other kinds of games. These are actually economies that are developing in this space right now, which are creating that disparity between the traditional way we know employment and what the future is going to be like in terms of employment. So I'm going to talk about a little bit why the charts look like that right now. But if we look at the crypto trend and what's going on generally in the world right now, the wars that have come out of nowhere, the inflation that's clearly out of control. I mean, not enough people are talking about it yet. I mean, in the public scene, but the people are seeing the effects, obviously, with gas prices and so on, oil prices and food getting more expensive. So cryptocurrencies are inherently having an real world use case, no matter what crypto it is. It doesn't matter if it's Dogecoin, doesn't matter if it's some crap coin, as long as it meets the minimum fundamental levels of cryptocurrencies. I mean, if you want to be safe. So we have decentralization, security, and scalability. That's something that a lot of cryptos are struggling with. But if you have a cryptocurrency that doesn't have adoption as big as, say, things like Ethereum, then of course scalability is not going to have it's not going to be an issue. So guys, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to hit that like button. It's very helpful for the growth of this channel. And the reason why the crypto charts look like that, you can see Bitcoin 42,141, which is pretty amazing, and obviously consequently there are cryptos have gone up, and it's because of this. So Joe Biden's leaked executive order has got the crypto market rolling. Janet Yellen praised it. So of course, this is from the statements that the Treasury Janet Yellen made. Okay, so of course you can see Twitter. This person seemed to have gone to the U.S. Department of Treasury and found this article. I tried looking through this. I don't know if this thing is crafted or real. I'm not too sure because I'm seeing Twitter, Facebook, and that doesn't seem like. I could be wrong. So when you go to the Treasury place, I can't find that article, U.S. Treasury guidance on President Biden's executive order, but you can read this, which I hope it contains that statement that we just saw. But from as far as we're concerned, that was just a leak. So there's a probability that if it was here, it was removed, or if it's there, it's still there. So feel free to go here, check this out, or read more details on other guidances or other policies like oil. Actually, if we read the start of this document, following President Biden's announcement today, banning the import of Russian oil, liquefied natural gas, and coal to the United States, a significant action with widespread bipartisan. So, but what we're looking at is this around Janet Yellen, and we just quote some of the quotes that were in this statement. So President Biden's historic executive order calls for a coordinated and comprehensive approach to digital asset policy, and this approach will support responsible innovation that could result in substantial benefits for the nation, consumer, and businesses. It will also address risks related to illicit finance, protecting consumers and investors, and preventing threats to the financial system and broader economy. You can also see another quote here. As we take on this important work, we'll be guided by consumer and investor protection groups, market participation, other leading experts. Treasury will work to prove a fairer, more inclusive, and more efficient financial system while building on our ongoing work to counter illicit finance and prevent risks to financial stability. Now guys, check this out. First of all, there's a bunch of things I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm going to talk about more about Fetch.AI. I'm going to talk about a play-to-earn game that I like playing, which is Pegaxy, which I think is developing some interesting stuff, especially around economics. But going back to this topic, basically, we're looking at the United States taking a stance. If we compare that leaked document and we look at news like this, the Philippines, Thailand, they're really trying to go deep in this crypto thing. It almost resonates to the fact that most of these countries are really waiting for the United States to make a move, then for them to significantly make a move. And in case the United States makes a move which is significant in terms of developing CBDCs, or in terms of development of regulation that the crypto people like your average people the people not regulations that seem to be impeding the progress of other people, then I think that's when you'll see true crypto adoption amongst other countries, and you'll see them truly innovating, including the individuals that are quite weary, quite scared of the governments and what they're doing. So the crypto markets, in short, are pumping because of not only the leaked documents from the Treasury, but also Janet Yellen's bullish statements around this space. Okay, I think she's known for not being I'm not too sure on the politics there. Let's just go with the facts there. Okay, so now I want to get into this other topic that I want to talk about today, which is one of my most favorite companies, I guess, which is Fetch.AI. So they had a talk. So there was a Fetch.AI moderator, Jonathan Ward, who's the CTO basically, and another gentleman who was a speaker, as you can see here. So if you listen to this conversation, they had a couple of summaries in terms of the way they want to see the future. They want to develop decentralized autonomous organization. And Fetch.AI has also developed this app as well that I've done videos about this, which is a new social media application, which is called Resonate. They've also partnered with other companies as well, like Katina X, which is an organization that's sort of a consortium of all these organizations, as you can see here. Some of the most novel organizations, including Fetch.AI, obviously, but BMW, and other things. If you're European, then you notice most of these brands, but there's T-Mobile, Siemens, and so on. So these guys have made those partnerships, but we'll go into that. So this conversation, they talked about the future, where they want to go, decentralized autonomous organization, creating a marketplace, and also being able to upgrade this software, the SDK on the Cosmos chain, because Fetch.AI runs on the Cosmos ecosystem. So theirs is a bit outdated compared to, for example, the Osmosis DEX. So they want to be able to upgrade that hopefully next month to create something more robust and to allow these autonomous economic agents that are now referring to as digital twins to truly operate in a true interoperable manner, especially if they work on the relay that allows that interoperability with the Cosmos ecosystem. So that was a quick update on what they were talking about, and of course the future of supply chains and also embedding these agents, having them working or these digital twins, having them working and being embedded within novel vehicles, so they can be used in a real way to track and keep track of things. Speaking about that, they just released their second introduction video of Fetch.AI. The first one was 5 years ago, so this was the second one. You guys might want to take a look at this, so I'll just play it. It's 2 minutes.
It all starts with a single piece of information floating in the ocean of data, unused, unknown, and unimagined. But someone, somewhere, could harness this, and suddenly it becomes much more. Whilst legacy technology keeps data locked up in centralized silos, we believe in a decentralized future, combining the power of AI, machine learning, and blockchains. Introducing Fetch.AI's digital twins, able to interact and trade in the digital space on your or anyone's behalf. Powered by the Fetch token, digital twins can exchange with any other twin using a peer-to-peer network, providing greater speed, flexibility, and security than existing solutions. Fetch.AI technology, built with the Cosmos SDK for scalability and interoperability, allows anyone to build and deploy decentralized applications on the Fetch.AI network. BotSwap, Fetch.AI's DeFi liquidity management tool, can react quickly to market conditions, saving you from rug pulls or impermanent loss, operating on your predefined preferences. The decentralized delivery network revolutionizes the gig economy, greatly reducing fees and returning control of your private data to you. Collective learning trains algorithms more efficiently, allowing multiple parties to benefit from much larger datasets without compromising privacy. Supply chain digital twins track and trace shipments, providing greater transparency using AI and blockchain. These tools are the building blocks that will enable a dynamic shift in the way we interact and do business. By bringing powerful AI automation to blockchains, users and businesses gain greater control over existing structures and their connection in the metaverse. Fetch.AI, artificial intelligence for everyone.
So guys, basically, as you've noticed, that's an amazing video because they talk about a lot of use cases, especially towards the last minutes. They basically have a summary of the use cases, the infinite number of use cases that can be applied. Think of these digital twins as basically modules that hold software, and they're going to do particular tasks on behalf of their owners. So there's almost a limitless sort of number of possibilities, an infinite number of possibilities that can be applied when it comes to this technology. And that's why I like them, because their technology seems all round, and whether it works out in the future or not, I think it's a pretty awesome technology, and that's why I'm sticking around. So some of the examples they talked about in there, like, okay, of course, there's things like collective learning, which was discussed in the audio we looked at before, but there's also collective learning and application. They basically, this helps us with things like DeFi in finance, and machine learning and artificial intelligence, really reducing the barrier to entry as far as taking advantage of how machine learning and artificial intelligence work. So when you look at the different neural networks and how they're trained to create outputs of different data, so basically creating that process, making it simple such that if you're a company or an individual, you don't need to employ big teams, AI teams, to just do those kinds of tasks. So this is a social media app. I did a video about this. They released on Fetch.AI to test, to show how this can apply on their mainnet. The Katina X thing we just talked about. And this is an example of the CoLearn. So this was an example. They were using this to generate, it's so generative art, and this art piece is on OpenSea. This was something that was done sometime, a couple of months back. So this was sort of a way to show the community that, an example of showing consumer-facing products that people can actually use. So as a good demonstration, this is the bot swap, which is one of the most important tools that they've created, which essentially can protect you from things like flash loan attacks or rug pulls. You know, so if your price point goes below a certain point or goes above a certain point, then you can ask this bot to actually swap out your liquidity and swap it out into another token. Currently supports Uniswap and the Pancake Swap on DEXs on the Binance Smart Chain and Ethereum. So it's a pretty interesting technology. If you guys you might want to check it out. You might want to check it out. And it's decentralized, so which means you can apply to tokens, any kind of liquidity that is provided on the different platforms. The other partner they've had other partners as well that haven't mentioned here, but of course Mobix is another one that has an amazing app which deals with micro mobility infrastructure, so electric vehicles and scooters and things like that, which is an app that's actually existing right now. So all these things are built on Fetch.AI. Now, those that know about the Cosmos ecosystem, there was someone that tweeted here that the holy trinity of Cosmos has been steadily climbing: Atom, Osmo, and Juno. And those that are in Cosmos ecosystem, you know that these tokens have gotten a very high price, and they're some of the most popular tokens when it comes to the Cosmos ecosystem. But I just wanted to say, they failed to mention some of the tokens such as Fetch.AI, but it's amazing. The Cosmos ecosystem is amazing. The map that you're seeing right here, this essentially means that all these chains, including the ones that we've just talked about, they're all connected through the inter-blockchain communication protocol, which means they have true interoperability. In other words, the tokens, you don't need to create other versions of those tokens like in all other ecosystems. Basically, you can transfer those exact same tokens to another blockchain, use the same tokens. You don't have to create replicas or duplicates of those. So of course, this is another announcement by Fetch.AI. So they'll be doing a Cambridge conference, blockchain applied. So this will be happening in 2022. We will join the healthcare panel and discuss Fetch.AI's collective learning and touch on the past case study in detecting COVID-19 using X-rays. So this was done in Cambridge with a university. I don't know if it's mentioned here, but Blockchain Society, Cambridge Research Park. Yeah, maybe a research park in Cambridge. So there's some tests they did in the past. So I think they want to do sort of a follow-up on how effective this was, what's going on. So I think this will be really important to see how this technology that's consumer facing, that's being developed, can actually be leveraged. That's pretty exciting stuff. Now, there was validators, those that know proof of stake chains. You have validators. Now on the Cosmos ecosystem, you have multiple validators that can run nodes supporting different chains on the Cosmos ecosystem. So this is Citadel. I talked about this a while back. These guys are amazing, and they're trying to really revamp, or validators are changing. Their roles are beyond just a number that takes tokens, create other tokens, or to receive tokens, but rather they're changing their model. And I think this is coming from the Cosmos ecosystem, which is interoperable. So it's allowing these validators to really change the dynamics, the economics, and how they operate. Like, for example, you can stake to them and then receive multiple stakes over the chains. So basically, these guys, they just wrote a conclusive, this was written a while back. They wrote a conclusive analysis of Fetch.AI. But I just wanted to spot out that they also support other chains, and these are on the Cosmos ecosystem, like the Band Protocol, Secret Network, Atom, and then others like Tezos, Cover, USDT, and so on. So the crypto space is evolving, and all cryptocurrencies have their own various use cases. That's essentially what I want to say here, and what you want to do with them, it's upon you. Now, the last part of this video is this play to earn game, which is Pegaxy. It's an interesting game. They have interesting partnerships like Crypto.com, Kyber Ventures, which is basically the decentralized exchange that where their tokens are listed. That's where they had their initial DEX offering, where they sold their tokens. So it's a pretty robust team, about 70 or 80 to 80 people. And they're developing some interesting economics with this game. It's a play to earn game. Basically, right now it's you click, it's automated, but they've created marketplaces where you can purchase. They've created a quick DEX within the website, within the game itself, so you don't need to move off the website to do all that. You can delegate your NFTs for someone to actually work for you, and these people get a reward. You get a reward as well. They can pay you tokens, and they keep the horses for a particular amount of days or a month, whichever you please, or share the profit, so give a percentage of the profit. The reason why you're seeing only one horse here is because this is very competitive. You list something here, people have bots that will just pick up the horses and race them, so it's very competitive. So if you're an average person without any bots, it's going to be really hard, and that speaks to the interest within the game itself. It means people are really interested. And it has a governance token, which is the PGX token, and they have the VIS token. But this is not investment advice. I'm just saying this is pretty interesting in terms of the way they're developing the economics. I don't know if it will work out or not, because this is it's very new stuff, very complex stuff to develop. But they're designing some really interesting models, like how to reduce the supply of the limitless VIS token. The governance token, which is the PGX, has a maximum supply, but the VIS token does not have a maximum supply. So they keep on implementing all these different models to reduce to make it harder and harder to acquire VIS, or to make it harder and harder to mint new VIS. But not investment advice. It's just an interesting ecosystem that I'm looking at. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, a bit long. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you on the next one. Make sure to keep paying attention to the crypto space. Take care. Bye-bye.